Alright guys, so this is a different type of video, and basically I'm doing a story time. So I'm just going to be telling a story that I find quite funny. So let's start this off.
Thinking for a moment that you've been thinking of me too. Yeah, I can't wait for the day now we can be together. I can't let you walk away.
So to start it off, we went on a school camp. This is year 11, right? Year 11 school camp, and for our camp, we live in Melbourne, in Australia. And we went to Queensland. So we caught the plane, got our luggage, got off. We got out this place called Treasure Island. It's a holiday resort. You should probably go there. It's pretty good. They got swimming pools, this, that, you know. And some of the boys that I play Siege with are actually in real life friends. So we've got King Talib, and he's like the main bad one. He's pretty he's pretty weird. We got little Maddie. We got Maddie Dim Simo. He's he came to. He was in our cabin. We got Tiny Tech Air. Oh fuck, no we don't. Poor Aiden. Poor Tiny Tech Air. We got Jasper. He came to, and we got this other guy named Thomas. And his name's Faris. And anyways, well, the main bad person is Jacob, King Talib. Anyways, yeah, so Jacob has done some pretty dumb things. I remember when we were walking home this one night, it was late, it was like, we climbed the primary school and it was like 10 p.m. He's like, oh wait, do you want to like run into this fence? It was like a metal fence. I'm like, someone's like, yeah, I'll do it with you. I think it was Maddie. Maddie doesn't commit. Maddie doesn't do it. Jacob runs straight into the fence and breaks it, dints it, and we get chased and we hear like this car like coming. So yeah, he basically breaks the fence, and it's like dinted big as, and you hear a loud bang, and there's a party next door and stuff, and yeah, that's one of the things. Like he's done some pretty dumb stuff. He's a good kid. Nah, not really. Fuck that. But yeah. So the first day we go to Dreamworld, right? As we go on to Dreamworld, we're having a good time and stuff. And then I'm with this girl, and then her name's Rebecca. And she's a good friend of mine. And we walk past this guy, and he gives us this look, and he smiles. And I'm like, who does this guy think he is, bro? What are you smiling at, bro? Anyways, we go on the rides. Well, I didn't go on the ride because I'm a bitch. But anyways, yeah, so I didn't go on the rides, but you know, everyone's going on the rides, even the girls. And basically she tells me this story of how the kid who was smiling at me, this is pretty sad. So her neighbor died, and this kid, he was like a bully. He was like a big bully, and he was saying, you know, good thing he died, he deserved to die, something. Anyways, it was really mean, and it upset her. So I was like furious. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go kick this guy's head in. So I bring my Chinese mate Peter Cheng. I'm like, hey bro, let's go to him. We're gonna arc him up. So I go up to him, I start threatening him. I said, you can say sorry to her or else I'll kick your ass. So we start looking for her, and we couldn't find her, and I was like sick of walking around, and I was just acting like I was gonna kick his ass, but I really, you know, I'm talking all this shit. Imagine I lost, but this kid looked like pretty wimpy. He didn't look that strong, but just in case I lost, you know, I don't want to embarrass myself. So I said, you know what, bro? You find her and you apologize. If I find out that you haven't apologized, I'll come back here and I'll kick your ass. That's what I said. It's like, yeah, sure thing. And he looked pretty scared, but yeah, there's the possibility that I'd lose. Anyways, I told the boys, and they were like, oh bro, let's go kick his ass. And then we were like, nah, we'll get kicked out of Dreamworld. And then yeah, so we're just like going around again. I'm like still angry, and I feel really bad for this Rebecca girl, and she's a really good friend, like I said. And anyways, and then I go back to the teachers where they're all sitting. I go sit down, and I'm just like tired as, I'm trying to get a drink, get something to eat. And then I see Jacob, and he's sprinting. He's like Usain Bolt. Literally Usain Bolt. He's so fast. Like, I've never seen him sprint any faster, right? About 10 seconds later, I see this big black chunk of muscle. This big black Incredible Hulk. He's like the Incredible Hulk, bro. Braids. He's buff as, and he is chasing after Jacob. And I'm like laughing, but I'm also shit scared. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, why is he getting chased? And I just see him like sprinting his dick off. Like, he's so fast. Nah, he's getting chased by a big bad gorilla. I think the guy was huge. Anyways, Jacob runs off, and I see the teacher. The teacher runs up to the security guard, and he runs over to him, and he's like, oh, that's one of our students. We're so sorry. Please don't like tackle him, this, that. And I found out that Jacob threw an apple at that kid that was on the ride. So that kid that said all those horrible things, he was actually on a ride, and Jacob threw an apple at him that was already eaten, I think. And the security guard saw him, and Jacob just sprints. See, I would have just taken it and gotten in trouble. But Jacob's got some big balls, man. So Jacob just sprints. Now that's him getting chased at Dreamworld. They let him off. Jacob got in pretty bad trouble. Anyways, before we arrived at the campsite, we went to Woolies and we got some food. Everyone got some food for the 4 days we were in Queensland. We wanted to get a big bag of chicken. Now Jacob, he's a Talib, so that means he's Lebo. That means I wouldn't, because he's like half Muslim, half Christian or something, or Catholic. But I don't think it's because of religion, but he's just his whole life he's grown up just because not to eat bacon. So he doesn't eat bacon, he doesn't eat pig, pork. Anyways, we wanted a bag of chicken, and all the other kids from the school, there was like the whole year level, they bought all the chickens. So the boys were like, oh bro, let's just get a bag of pork. Now Jacob didn't like that very much. He was pretty cut, so he shits in the bag. So we get back to the campsite, and he goes behind the back and he shits in the bag of pork, right? And he puts, so now there's a bag of pork that has shit in it, and we just, we didn't know, and he told us, and we're like, far. And then he started trying to get kids to go behind the dumpster for some reason. I don't know what they were gonna do, but he was like, oh, you go behind the dumpster, let's have a look. Now, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's a bit weird, yeah. Anyways, so we got this kid named Barnaby to go behind it, and it was, I don't know. I don't really think anything happened, but now, anyways, all I know is we resumed the camp trip, and Jacob's like, nah, I want to go out with a bang. Yeah, right? Now, there's these kids, alright, and they're like, I don't know, they're pretty faggy. At the campsite, they got drunk, and there's this kid, Thomas Farris, and I'm like trying to sleep, and all I hear is, whoa! Boys, I did it, boys, I did it, and he's like waking up everybody. Jacob and Maddie and Simo, they were gonna kick his head in because he was really loud, and he's like one of our mates, but he was like drunk as. Teacher comes in, thinks that we're all drinking and stuff. Anyways, now I'm mad because Farris got us really in trouble, and he woke us up, and I was just mad at Thomas for that. Jacob was mad at the boys because he didn't get any drinks because they drank without telling him. Now Jacob, I don't know, he's pretty stupid. I don't get why it's such a big thing, But anyways, Jacob's mad, right? He didn't get any drinks, so he's like, nah, I'm going out with a bang. So he's like, on the last day, I'm gonna grab that bag of pork with shit in it, and I'm gonna throw it at their cabin window, or at their doorstep, or something, right? Alright. So now this is like a little caravan park thing. You got cabins, but some are like caravans, but they're like mini houses. On the day that we're leaving, that morning, he goes with Jasper. Now Jasper's wearing a red jumper. All I see is them two running, and once again, Usain Bolt, two of them. And what he did was, he ran with the bag of pork and shit in it, and they just threw it at the cabin. Little did they know, they threw it at the teachers' cabins, and the teachers came out. So now they knew it was Jacob, Jacob almost got expelled for it. They were like, if you do one more thing, you're gonna get expelled or something. They had to see the principal. And here's the thing I'm a bit angry about. Jasper was wearing a red jumper. He comes back into the cabin, takes it off, and puts on a black jumper, just so they won't recognize him, because they did see them running. Right. I'm wearing a red jumper that morning. I go in to get some breakfast. The teacher comes up to me. He goes, "What were you doing this morning?" I said, "Nothing." And he's like, "Oh yeah, well, what was Jacob doing this morning?" I said, "I don't know, can't remember." He's like, "Oh yeah, well, look, we saw someone in a red jumper, and you're wearing a red jumper." I'm like, "And what, like, you saw me doing what?" And I'm like, "Nah mate, I don't know what you're talking about." And then I didn't snitch, but anyways, they found out it was Jasper and Jacob. They made him clean it up. And then I think at school, when they went back to school, he had to go with his dad, and I don't know, they thought something was wrong with him, like, because it's just weird, like, anyways, he just wanted to go out with a bang. Yeah, that's the story of how Jacob almost got kicked out of Dreamworld in our year 11 camp and got sent back to Melbourne. Oh yeah, and they did some pretty dog things to me, like they put like milk and tuna in my pillowcase when I was like trying to sleep or something. And yeah, it was pretty dog, but yeah, it was fun. Anyways, yeah, this is the time where he almost got sent back to Melbourne from Queensland, got kicked out of the camp and got chased by security, and he threw a bag of shit at teachers. Thanks for watching. If you want any more story time, some funny stories that I can recall, I will definitely share them if you would like me to share them. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Laters.
This is the face that we're treading around.